Hello friends, good evening to everyone. So am I audible to you? Lavanya Sitaram. Okay. Lux code. Okay, all right. Takale. Okay, so welcome all of you in today's class. So yesterday we have seen your lesson number 8 of the history geography part. Okay, and some part of that lesson is remaining. So that rest of the topic we will cover today. Okay, Atharvachari. Okay, so I hope you guys have read the topic that we have covered yesterday. Have you revised it? Hello? Okay. Okay, so you guys have already studied out, read that topic. So without wasting any time, we will start directly. I will just share my screen to all of you. Oh, Metha. Welcome. Okay. So yesterday we have seen industries in Brazil. Okay. Fishing industry, mining industry, and agriculture in India. Also the industries in India. What type of industries in India? What type of production is in what area? Okay, in which state? What type of production is being taken place? Okay. So is it visible to you? Screen is visible to you? Okay, and is my voice audible? Okay, it is visible for Lux. Okay, Miss Kale, Lavanya Sitaram. Okay, Mr. Acharya. Okay. Okay, so we have seen yesterday up to this point. That is Gujarat, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu produce a bulk of salt in the country. मिठाचं उत्पादन गुजरात, राजस्थान आणि तमिळनाडूमध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणात होतं. Mechanical engineering, electricals, automobiles, fertilizers, and numerous consumer industries, which show little bias for raw material, have came up all over the country with heavier concentration near the big cities. ओके, तर या ज्या काही इंडस्ट्रीज बघितल्या आपण मेकॅनिकल, इलेक्ट्रिकल, ऑटोमोबाईल, तर या मुख्यत्वे जे काही मोठमोठ्या सिटीज आहेत इंडियामध्ये तर त्याच्या आसपास एस्टॅब्लिश झालेले आपल्याला आढळून येतात. ओके ओके, सो लेट्स रिकॉल हिअर. So is it fine? Everything is going okay for everyone? Okay. Okay. Trade, it is related to trade. Read the adjoining table and answer the following questions. Okay. What is balance trade? Here is the table given: export, import, and balance of trades. Values in US dollar. Okay. So for India and Brazil, they have given the figures for different years. Okay. For the exports and imports. So in 2009 and 2010, if we look in the column of India, then our India's export was 17,875. Sorry, 1,78,751. So this was the export of the India, and 2,88,372.9 US dollars. Okay, so this was the import of the India. And if we take the example of Brazil for 2009 and 10, then we can easily see that 1,52,994.7 US dollars. Okay, so it is export for the Brazil. म्हणजे ब्राझील मधून जे काही निर्यात होते ती, आणि इम्पोर्ट जर बघितलं तर 1,27,647.3 डॉलर. सो दिस वॉज द इम्पोर्ट ऑफ दी ब्राझील. म्हणजे तुम्ही जर एक्झाम्पल बघितलं 2010, 11, 12, 13 या सर्व गोष्टीचं तुम्ही जर एक्झाम्पल घेतलं, यू कॅन इझिली सी दॅट the trade condition of the India and Brazil is completely opposite. It means India have less exports, okay, but India imports more amount of stuff than the Brazil. But Brazil exports more amount of stuff than it imports. म्हणजे काय होतं, इंडिया जो आहे, इंडियातून बाहेर जाणारे जे प्रोडक्ट्स आहे आपण एक्सपोर्ट म्हणतो तर ते कमी आहेत, आणि आपण बाहेरून जे विकत घेतोय तर ते जास्त आहे. म्हणजे आपण जर एक्झाम्पल घेतलं सपोज, तर इंडिया सपोज 100 रुपयाचे जर बाहेरून एक्सपोर्ट करत असेल स्वतःची इक्विपमेंट्स, ओके, इंजिनिअरिंग वर्क, ऑटोमोबाईल्स, ओके, तर जवळपास त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त आपण इम्पोर्ट करतो. म्हणजे आपण बाहेरून 100 रुपये मिळवतो, परंतु आपल्याला बाहेर 100 रुपयापेक्षा जास्त मनी द्यावे लागतात बाहेरच्या लोकांना, कारण आपण त्यांच्याकडनं इम्पोर्ट करतो. सो दिस इज द ट्रेड डेफिसिट. याला डेफिसिट असं म्हटलं जातं. ओके, ट्रेडमध्ये डेफिसिट. बट इफ यू टेक दी एक्झाम्पल ऑफ द ब्राझील, देन इट इज ट्रेड सरप्लस. ओके, कारण ब्राझीलला जेवढे पैसे बाहेरून इम्पोर्ट करायला लागतात त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त पैसे त्याला बाहेरून मिळतात. ओके, so are you able to understand that table for India and Brazil? Okay, not that much difficult. It simply shows the figure. We can simply derive the conclusion that export of India is less than its import, and in case Brazil, Brazil's export is more than its import. So what is balance trade? तर बॅलन्स ट्रेड म्हणजे काय? बॅलन्स ट्रेड म्हणजे असा, जर तुमचं एक्सपोर्ट आणि इम्पोर्ट जर सारखंच असेल, ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड ॲज बॅलन्स्ड ट्रेड. म्हणजे जेवढे पैसे तुम्ही बाहेरून कमवताय तेवढेच पैसे तुम्ही बाहेर देताय, म्हणजे दोन्ही गोष्टी तुमच्या सेम आहे, नियरली सेम. एक्सपोर्ट पण सेम करताय आणि इम्पोर्ट पण सेम करताय, आणि दिस इज कॉल्ड ॲज द बॅलन्स ऑफ ट्रेड. टेल द टाइप्स ऑफ बॅलन्स ट्रेड. ओके, तर बॅलन्स ट्रेडचे टाइप्स आपण आता डिस्कस केलं की जेवढा एक्सपोर्ट आहे तेवढाच इम्पोर्ट असं आपण कन्सिडर करूयात. इन विच कंट्री एक्सपोर्ट एक्सीड्स इम्पोर्ट इन ऑल इयर्स? सो इट इज फॉर द ब्राझील. यू कॅन इझिली सी दॅट एक्सपोर्ट इज exceeding the imports of the Brazil then for every year. Okay, for every year. Brazil's balance of trade belong to which type? So it is of surplus type. Okay, balance trade is of surplus type. India's balance of trade belongs to which type? So it is a deficit. It is balance trade deficit. Okay, it is not that balanced trade. म्हणजे थोडक्यात काय, सपोज आपण इंडियाचं एक्झाम्पल घेतलं आणि इंडिया आणि चायनाचा ट्रेड जर आपण कन्सिडर केला, तर इंडिया आपण चायनाकडून जास्त प्रमाणात वस्तू इम्पोर्ट करतो आणि कमी प्रमाणात एक्सपोर्ट करतो. त्यामुळेच आपल्या मार्केटमध्ये चायनीज प्रोडक्ट आपल्याला खूप जास्त दिसतात. परंतु तुम्ही जर चायनामध्ये गेले तर तुम्हाला इंडियाचे प्रोडक्ट खूपच थोडे दिसतील. याच्यामुळे काय होतं, इंडियाचा एक ट्रेड डेफिसिट तयार होतो, कारण वी आर इम्पोर्टिंग मोर फ्रॉम द चायना बट एक्सपोर्टिंग लेस. ओके ओके, एक जिओग्राफिकल एक्सप्लेनेशन. Brazil mainly exports iron ore, coffee, cocoa, cotton, sugar, tobacco, oranges, and bananas, while it imports machinery, chemical products, fertilizers, wheat, heavy vehicles, mineral oil, and lubricants. So this is the list given which things are imported by the Brazil and which things are exported by the Brazil. So exports are in the iron ore, coffee, cocoa, cotton, sugar, tobacco, oranges, okay, bananas. And imports are machinery, chemical products, fertilizers, etc. Major trading partners are Germany, USA, Canada, Italy, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, and India. Okay, trade makes up to 25% of the GDP. Okay, so this is the explanation for the Brazil. That Brazil's major trading partners are Germany, European country. Okay, Germany is European country, Italy is European country, also United States of America, USA, also the Canada, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, also India. So these are the trading partners of the India. It means Brazil basically imports and exports from these countries. Okay, and it makes trade makes about 25% of the GDP. म्हणजे ब्राझीलचा जेवढा काही जीडीपी आहे ओके त्यातील जवळपास 25% हा त्याला ट्रेड मधून येतो आणि बाकीचा जो जीडीपी आहे तो आपण म्हणूयात इंटरनल जीडीपी आहे ओके कन्झ्युमर बेस्ड इकॉनॉमी म्हणजे जर ब्राझीलचं उत्पादन जर 100 रुपीज आपण कन्सिडर केलं तर जवळपास त्यातले जे काही 25 रुपये येत आहे तर ते ब्राझीलला एक्सपोर्ट करून मिळतात ओके ट्रेडिंग करून मिळतात. सो लेट्स सी द एक्सप्लेनेशन फॉर द इंडिया. India mainly exports tea, mangoes, coffee, spices, leather and leather goods, iron ore, cotton and silk textile, while it mainly imports petroleum, machines, pearls and precious stones, gold and silver, paper, medicines. So these are the export elements of the India and import element of the India. As we know, we have good production of the tea, also हापूस आंबा, mangoes. We also have good production of coffee, spices, मसाल्याचे पदार्थ भारतात मिळतात. ओके इव्हन लेदर आणि लेदर गुड्स म्हणजे चामडे जे काय आहे तर चामड्याचे पदार्थ किंवा आपण म्हणतो वस्तू थोडक्यात. इव्हन आयर्न ओर, कॉटनचं उत्पादन भारतात चांगलं होतं, सिल्कचं उत्पादन जास्त होतं. या सर्वापासून बनणारे जे काही टेक्सटाईल्स आहे या सर्वांचा भारत एक्सपोर्ट करतो आणि इम्पोर्ट काय करतो तर ऑलरेडी वी नो वी हॅव व्हेरी लेस stores of petroleum or the mineral oil. That's why we need to import the petroleum products. Even different types of machines. We already know German made machines, Taiwanese made machine, Chinese made machine. Okay. So basically we import the machines. Also pearls and precious stones. म्हणजे विविध प्रकारचे मोती आणि वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे जे काही आपण म्हणूयात की मौल्यवान जे जडजवाहीर आहेत किंवा खडे आहेत आपण म्हणतो त्याला तर ते इव्हन गोल्ड अँड सिल्वर पण भारत आयात करतो इम्पोर्ट करतो पेपर मेडिसिन्स ओके. सो आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टँड अँड इज माय व्हॉइस क्लिअर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? ओके ओके तन्वी, Lux, Lavanya. Okay, so you guys are giving attention. Or any doubt regarding that? Hello, do you have any doubt? Okay, Sitaram, Samruddhi Patil, no doubt. Okay, India's major trading partners are UK, USA, Germany, Japan, China, Russia. So, okay, these are the trading partners of the India. Okay, major trading partners. And also the Gulf countries are also the trading partners of the India. Okay. So here is the graph given. Contribution of the trade in GDP. It is for India and for Brazil. Already we know for the Brazil it is up to 25% of the 25% of the total GDP is covered through the trade for the Brazil. But for India, it is more. For India, it is up to 50%. Okay, but it is gradually reducing for the year 2016. Okay, about 2016. It means in 2010, total GDP contribution of the trade was 50% in India. So all of you know, I think BRICS. Okay. So you guys know anything about BRICS? What is it? Hello? Am I audible, guys? Okay, so do you have any idea that what is BRICS actually? Hello? Am I audible to everyone? Hello guys. Am I audible to you? Okay, only Lavanya is Mahindra. Guys, please give attention because from your feedback I can only understand if I am going in the right direction or not. So, do you know anything about BRICS? If no, you can easily say no. I just want to know how many of you are aware of this BRICS, what it is. Okay, okay. Right. Yeah, all of you know it, what it is. Huh? So, BRICS was established or founded in 2006. And from 2009, the global summits are being taken for it. Okay. त्यांचे एक प्रकारे सम्मेलन होतं दरवर्षी. So BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So it was established in 2006. What are the objectives of this block? So हा जो काही ब्लॉक आहे ब्रिक्सचा, हा जो काही ग्रुप आहे, तर याचा ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह मुख्यत्वे काय आहे, तर फायनान्स सपोर्ट मिळवणं. ओके. त्यांनी एक प्रकारे ब्रिक्ससाठी एक बँक एस्टॅब्लिश केलेली आहे आणि त्यामध्ये त्यांनी एकमेकांचा शेअर टाकलेला आहे. म्हणजे चायनाने त्यात काही पैसे टाकलेत, इंडियाने, प्रत्येक जी काही पार्टिसिपंट कंट्री आहे. ओके. आणि ते त्यातून एकमेकांना लोन देतात. ओके. सो दिस इज दी competition to IMF, okay, International Monetary Fund, World Bank. As the World Bank gives loan to different countries, so the BRICS countries gives the loan to themselves only. Okay. So this is the main objective of this block. Also to find the good trading relation with each other. Okay. To help each other for the sustainable development. Okay. So this is the objective of this block. The countries of which continent are not a member of this block. Okay. American, okay, we can say. North America. So this continent is not a group of this block. In which continent do the member countries lie? So basically they lie in South America. Okay. Brazil in South America. Russia is in Europe and Asia. India is in Asia. China is in Asia. South Africa is in already Asian continent. Okay, so these countries are in different continents. Through BRICS, Brazil has opened up a strategic partnership with India. Okay, BRICS through म्हणजे BRICSचा सहारा घेऊन, त्याची हेल्प घेऊन ब्राझीलने इंडिया सोबत एक स्ट्रॅटेजिक पार्टनरशिप सुरू केली. There have been agreements for bilateral investments between India and Brazil. बायलॅटर म्हणजेच द्विपक्षीय, दोन देशांच्या मिळून. या दोन देशांमध्ये बरेचसे अग्रीमेंट झाले आहे इंडिया आणि ब्राझीलमध्ये. ओके, सो दिस इज बिटवीन इंडिया अँड ब्राझील. So figure 8.6 shows the trade between India and Brazil. Study the graph and answer the following question. So 8.6, which is 8.6? Here is the 8.6. Here is the 8.6. Okay. So they have asked in which year the value of exports to Brazil exceeded the imports from the Brazil. म्हणजे कोणत्या वर्षी इंडियाने ब्राझीलला एक्सपोर्ट जास्त केलं इम्पोर्ट्स पेक्षा. So you can see on the x-axis there are years. Okay, 2008, 2009, 10, 2011, 2012. Okay, 2013, 2014, 2015. And with the blue color, it is Brazil. Okay, import and export. Okay, import. Blue color is export to Brazil, and the red color, pink color is import from the Brazil. So they have asked in which year the export has surpassed or export has exceeded the import. म्हणजे कोणत्या वर्षी भारताचा इम्पोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट हा ब्राझीलला जास्त झालाय इम्पोर्ट पेक्षा. ओके, so you can easily see almost in 2010. Okay, export is more than the import. In 2011 also the same situation. In 2014 also the same situation. Okay, that trade is export is more than the import to the Brazil. Comment upon the balance of trade in 2000, the year 2013. Okay, so 2013 the balance of the trade is like import is less than the export. Okay, it means India has exported more to the Brazil than it imported from the Brazil. You can easily see this graph for 2013. There is almost 3,000 US dollars. Okay, and import is 3,000 US dollars, and export is up to 6,000, in between 6,000 to 7,000. Okay, from which year the value of exports to Brazil have exceeded the value of imports from the Brazil. So from which year म्हणजे कोणत्या इयर पासून असं झालेलं आहे. ओके, तर हे 2013 पासून पण झालेलं आहे आणि 2000 वी कॅन से 2010 पासून पण झालेलं आहे. 10, 12. ओके, फक्त 2012 मध्ये इम्पोर्ट हा आपल्याकडून जास्त झाला होता ब्राझील पेक्षा. ओके, एक्सपोर्ट पेक्षा इम्पोर्ट्स आपल्याकडे जास्त झाला होता. In which year the trade with Brazil was most favorable of all? So friends, in 2013 we can say, okay, in 2013 the import was minimum and export was almost maximum. So in 2013, so this is the year when trade was favorable to us, but they have asked favorable to all. So if you take the example of 2012, then import and exports are basically same for the both countries. Okay, our import is higher and our export is somewhat lower than that. So in 2012 is a favorable year for both the countries because there is a balance of trade in 2012. Write a note on trade between Brazil and India. Okay, so you can easily write the note based on this graph. Okay. So did you understood anything about that graph, or do you need any information, more information about that? Hello? Am I audible to you? Okay, okay. Okay, so friends, your comments are reaching somewhat slower. No problem, some network issue. So any doubt in that graph? Okay, so can I ask some questions on that graph for you? Will you be able to answer it? Okay. So just tell me, in which year? Okay, let me frame the question. Okay. Okay, they already have asked all the questions based on this. Okay, we will just move ahead. Okay. So Indian companies set up industrial centers all over the Brazil and invested lot of capital. तर इंडियातील ज्या काही कंपनीज आहे त्यांनी त्यांच्या ब्रांचेस किंवा त्यांचे सेंटर्स इंडस्ट्रियल सेंटर्स हे ब्राझीलमध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणात ओपन केले आणि त्यासाठी मोठ्या प्रमाणात भांडवल किंवा कॅपिटल त्यांनी गुंतवलं आहे, इन्व्हेस्ट केलेलं आहे. The Indian companies have invested in such sectors as IT, pharmaceuticals, energy, agribusiness, mining, engineering, and auto sectors. So these are some sectors where Indian companies have invested in the Brazil. We already know India is a big service provider of IT sector, also the pharmaceuticals. Okay. Brazil's footprint in India is smaller but important. Okay. तर ब्राझीलचे जे काही कंपनीज आहेत त्यांनी इंडियामध्ये कमी इन्व्हेस्टमेंट केली आहे. सो इट्स फुटप्रिंट इज स्मॉलर बट इट इज ऑफ इम्पॉर्टन्स. ओके. The Brazilian companies have invested in automobiles, IT, mining, energy, biofuels, footwear sectors in India. Okay. So these are different sectors: IT, mining, energy, biofuel, footwear, in which Brazilian companies has invested in India. Okay. So do you know Brazil has been the largest producer of coffee for last 150 years. म्हणजे 150 वर्षापासून ब्राझील हा जगातील सगळ्यात जास्त कॉफी प्रोड्यूस करणारा देश आहे. The plant belongs originally to Ethiopia. The plant, okay, ही जी काही प्लांट आहे कॉफीची जी काही, ओके, ती प्लांट मुख्यत्वे इथिओपिया म्हणजेच आफ्रिका खंडामध्ये होती ओरिजिनली. तिचं जे उगमस्थान आपण म्हणतोय कॉफीचे जे झाड असते ते मुख्यत्वे इथिओपियामध्ये आहे. It was first brought to Brazil by some French settlers who established in the state of Para in the early 18th century. ओके. मग हे जे इथिओपिया मधले जे काही कॉफीचं झाड आहे तर ही झाडे एक जो काही फ्रेंच सेटलर आहे त्याने ब्राझीलमध्ये नेली 18व्या शतकामध्ये. ओके. आणि तो कोणत्या स्टेटमध्ये गेला? पॅरा. कॉफी फार्म्स आर कॉल्ड fazendas. Okay. Fazendas. So this is a term for coffee farms in Brazil. Fazendas. Taxes are an important part of the economy and trade of any country. कोणत्याही देशासाठी कर आणि व्यापार, ओके, सॉरी, थोडक्यात कर हे इकॉनॉमी आणि व्यापाराचा एक मोठ्या प्रमाणात इम्पॉर्टंट पार्ट असतो. India has now switched to the GST, okay, goods and service tax, which aims towards one tax all over the country on various commodities and services. Brazil too has adopted the system from 1984. Like India, in Brazil too GST has various slabs. Okay, I think all of you know about the Brazil. Okay, about the GST. GST got introduced in India in 2017. ओके. 2017 मध्ये आपण जीएसटी लागू केलं. त्याच्या अगोदर आपल्या देशामध्ये खूप कर होते वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे, अमका कर तमका कर, ओके, हा कर तो कर. सो दिस वेअर डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ टॅक्सेस इन इंडिया. सो इट वॉज व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट टू कलेक्ट देम. ओके. अँड दॅट्स वाय वन सिंगल tax was important for the country all over the nation. Okay, that's why goods and service tax was introduced in 2017. But in Brazil, it was already introduced in 1984. म्हणजे जवळपास खूप दिवस अगोदर, खूप वर्ष अगोदर ब्राझीलमध्ये जीएसटी इंट्रोड्यूस केला होता. आणि ज्याप्रमाणे भारतात वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे स्लॅब्स आहे. म्हणजे जर तुम्ही चायनीच्या वस्तू वापरत असाल, ओके, तर तुम्हाला त्यावर जास्त टॅक्स द्यावा लागेल. तुमच्या जर इसेन्शियल जर गुड्स असतील, कमोडिटीज असतील, तर त्यावर तुम्हाला कमी टॅक्स द्यावा लागतो, कमी जीएसटी द्यावा लागतो. तशाच प्रकारचे स्लॅब ब्राझीलमध्ये पण आहेत. ओके. So friends, this was your 8th lesson of the geography. Now only one lesson is remaining. Okay. So we will just see. We will just see what we have seen. Okay. Then let's see the exercise. Fill in the blanks. India's per capita income is less than Brazil due to massive population. Okay. That is due to massive population. The economy of Brazil is mainly dependent on the activities there. There are activities there. Okay. So you can easily see through this graph. Okay. Brazil's economy is mainly dependent on which sector? Can you tell me? Primary, secondary, or tertiary? So it is the tertiary. Okay, you can easily see in the gray color. It just depends on the tertiary activities over there. The economies of India and Brazil are of dash type. Okay. So it is of developing type. Okay. We are not fully developed yet. It is of developing type. So you have asked for the answers. Okay. Why has mining not developed in the western part of the Brazil? Brazil's western part of the mining can develop nahi. We already know the atmosphere over there is not suitable for that. What are the similarities and differences in the mining fishing activities in Brazil and India? So read the topic. Okay, make some 3 to 4 points based on the fishing activities in Brazil and India. Distinguish. Give reasons. Per capita land availability is more in Brazil as compared to India. Okay, we can easily see because of more population, we have very big or huge, enormous population. That's why per capita land availability is also less in India and more in Brazil. There is a mixed economy in Brazil and India. तर इंडियामध्ये आणि ब्राझीलमध्ये मिक्स टाईपची इकॉनॉमी आहे, आपल्याला माहित आहे ऑलरेडी. सो व्हाय दिस इज सो? Study the following graph and analyze it in this short. Okay, you can see the graph over here. Contribution of sectors in nominal national income, percentage of population engaged in the sector. Okay, you can easily see. Okay. This is the map of the Brazil. You have to scan this code, okay? And you will get the details about that. So friends, kindly go through the topic, okay? This topic. Complete this exercise. Okay, am I audible to you? Okay. So kindly go through the topic, revise it, and find out the answers for the questions that are asked in the exercise. And in that, if you find any difficulty, any doubt, any problem, you can always contact me, okay, on Google Classroom, or you can directly call me also. Okay. So this was your 8th lesson. Now your 9th lesson we will start now. Okay. So are you ready for that? Can you start the topic? Okay. Okay, we will just see that 9th lesson. Last lesson from the geography, 10th geography, that is tourism, transport and communication. पर्यटन, वाहतूक आणि कम्युनिकेशन, संवाद किंवा दूरसंचार. ओके, दळणवळण. Okay, so the first part of the chapter is tourism, पर्यटन. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, they have shown some graph and based on that they will ask some questions. On the basis of the things you know about Brazil, make a list of places in Brazil you would like to visit. Which factors or characteristics of Brazil make it a good tourist place? What types of tourism will be developed here? Discuss with your friends and show the classification. Answer the following question based on the figure 9.1. ओके, तर तुम्हाला आता त्यांनी एक क्वेश्चन विचारला जस्ट की ब्राझील मध्ये तुम्ही जर स्टडी केला असेल काही तर कोणकोणत्या गोष्टी एक टुरिस्ट स्पॉट किंवा टुरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन म्हणून फेमस आहे आणि तुम्हाला त्यापैकी कोणत्या प्लेसला व्हिजिट द्यायला आवडेल. ओके, आणि कोणत्या प्रकारचं टुरिझम तिथे सेटअप झालेलं आहे, डेव्हलप झालेलं आहे, एस्टॅब्लिश झालेलं आहे, ते पण तुम्हाला करायचं, डिस्कस करायचं तुमच्या फ्रेंड्स सोबत. ओके, आता खाली एक ग्राफ दिला त्यांनी. सो वी हॅव टू रीड दिस ग्राफ अँड फाइंड आउट दी आन्सर फॉर दिस figure 9.1. On the x-axis, years are given. On the y-axis, number of international tourists in lakhs are given. So the pink color is for India and blue color is for Brazil. Number of international tourists म्हणजे परदेशातून भारतात विजिटला येणारे किती लोक आहेत, कोणत्या वर्षी किती लोक भारतामध्ये आले आणि ब्राझील मध्ये त्याच वर्षी किती लोक आले तर ते आपण बघणार आहोत. So the red color is for the India. So if you take the example of 1995, okay, almost in both the countries 20 lakh tourists come. If we move for 5 years ahead in the 2000, then the graph was same for India. In 2000, year 2000 also 20 lakh tourists come in India, but that graph sharply increased for the Brazil. It means in the 5 years between 1995 to 2000, that tourist increased in very high amount in Brazil. It means the more number of people as a tourist destination. 60 or we can say 50, from 20 lakh it moved for 50 lakh, but for India it was same, almost 20 lakhs. That graph was steady for the Brazil and also currently also steady for the Brazil. It means till 2015, just see the blue line. Okay, that graph is, you can say, it is steady. It means in 2000, 2005, 2010, okay, 2015, almost 50 to 60 lakh visitors or tourists come to visit Brazil. But for India, the graph remains stable or the constant up to 2005 to 2010. But after 2010, it will take a sharp increase. Okay, sharp inclination. It means from the 2010, the number of tourists that visited India increases sharply in the large number. Okay, if we take the example of 2015, then almost 140 lakh international tourists visited India. Foreigner come to India as a tourist destination. Okay, so which country attracted more international tourists in the year 2000, year 1995? Sir, almost 1995 मध्ये almost same होते, but India, so you can see from the graph that India has more people than the Brazil in 1995. More tourists. In which country did more international tourists arrive in the 2000? Okay, so in 2000, for the Brazil, obviously you can see from the graph, for Brazil, more number of tourists came. In which year can we an increase in seen number of international tourists in India? तर इंडियामध्ये इंटरनॅशनल टुरिस्ट कोणत्या इयर नंतर वाढायला चालू झाले? इट इज इयर 2000. इयर 2000 नंतर ऑलमोस्ट कंटिन्युअसली इन्क्रीज होत आहे इंडियात टुरिस्ट. ओके. What was the number of international tourists in the year 2015 in both the countries? What was the difference between them? तर 2015 मध्ये you can easily see almost 130 to 140 lakh for India. So 130 to 140 lakh people come to India as the foreigner for the tourism, and for Brazil it was 60 lakh. So it was about 80 lakh of difference. Okay, 80 lakh people come India more than the Brazil. So geographical explanation. Brazil, clean white sand beaches, attractive sea coast, beautiful islands, orchards, deep dense forests of Amazon, various birds and animals attract lots of international tourists here. तर ब्राझील मध्ये टुरिस्ट येण्याचं काय कारण? कोणत्या प्रकारचे अट्रॅक्शन तिथे आहे? तर various birds and animals, Amazon river, okay, forest of Amazon, dense and deep forest, orchards, different islands, beautiful islands, sea coast, attractive sea coast in the Brazil, clean and white sand beaches. So these are some important factors that attracts the international tourist towards the Brazil. The new capital city of Brasilia is also a tourist attraction. तर ब्राझिलिया ही एक नवीन कॅपिटल सिटी आहे ब्राझीलची. तर ती सिटी सुद्धा एक चांगलं टुरिस्ट अट्रॅक्शन आहे. Cities like Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo are largest city which attract lots of tourists. तर मुख्यत्वे ब्राझील मध्ये दोन मोठ्या सिटी आहेत, रिओ दी जेनेरियो and Sao Paulo. So these are two biggest or large cities in the Brazil, and that's why these cities attracts large number of people or tourists to the Brazil. Tourism is an important economic activity in several regions in the country. Okay, so tourism is an important part of the economic activity in several regions in the Brazil. Looking at the sensitivity of natural resources in Brazil, ecotourism is developing at a faster rate in Brazil. So all of you know that there are different types of sensitive regions in any country. Okay, we can say tourist destination heritage sites, okay, global heritage sites in India also and in Brazil also. So that's why the ecotourism is developing in fast rate in Brazil. So friends, are you able to understand why Brazil is a good tourist destination? Why tourists are get attracted towards the Brazil? Okay. So answer the question after reading figure 9.2. So this is the figure 9.2. That is tourism and economy 2016 for Brazil and for India. So you can easily see red color is percentage of blue color is percentage of population engaged in tourism. Okay, for Brazil and for India. And also red color is showing, the red column is showing contribution of tourism in GDP. So let's take the example of Brazil. So you can easily see blue color for the Brazil. Okay, in the column of Brazil, that almost 8%. Okay, it is almost 8% of population is engaged in tourism. म्हणजे ब्राझील मध्ये जर ब्राझीलची लोकसंख्या जर 100 असेल तर त्यातील जवळपास 8 लोक हे टुरिझमशी रिलेटेड क्षेत्राशी निगडित आहे. ओके, जवळपास 8 लोक. आणि हे जे काही टुरिझम होत आहे, बाहेरून लोक येतात, मग इकॉनॉमिक ऍक्टिव्हिटी वाढते, तर यामुळे ब्राझीलला किती पैसे मिळतात? ओके, तर ब्राझीलला जवळपास जीडीपीच्या 9%, more than 9%. Okay, it means almost 10%. So almost 10% of the GDP is covered by the tourism in the Brazil. म्हणजे ब्राझीलचे जर उत्पन्न 100 रुपये असेल तर त्यापैकी जवळपास 9 ते 10 रुपये हे टुरिझम सेक्टर मधून येतात. So this is the graph for the Brazil. And if you take the example of India, then जवळपास 9% जे काही लोक आहे इंडियाचे पॉप्युलेशनचे, तर ते टुरिझम रिलेटेड सेक्टरशी निगडीत आहेत. म्हणजे जर इंडियाचे पॉप्युलेशन जर 100 असेल ऑलमोस्ट, जस्ट ॲज एक्झाम्पल, तर त्यातील जवळपास 9 लोक हे पर्यटन क्षेत्राशी निगडीत आहेत. त्यांचा उदरनिर्वाह पर्यटन क्षेत्राशी चालतो. आणि रेड कलर मध्ये काय दिलंय, जीडीपी कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन किती आहे, तर ऑलमोस्ट 9% यू कॅन से, और मोर दॅन 8%. ओके, सो म्हणजे याचा अर्थ काय झाला, ब्राझीलमध्ये कमी लोक टुरिझम मध्ये किंवा टुरिस्ट सेक्टरमध्ये एंगेज आहे, परंतु ते देशाला जास्त कमावून देत आहे. ओके, परंतु इंडियामध्ये काय होतं, जास्त लोक हे टुरिझम मध्ये एंगेज आहे, परंतु त्यामधून तेवढ्या प्रमाणात उत्पादन देशाला मिळत नाही. यू कॅन अनालाइज दिस लाईक दिस. ओके, so what type of graph is shown here? It is column. Okay, column. You can easily see the columns. What does the graph show? Graph मध्ये काय आहे, tourism and economy, and this is the data of 2016. Which country's tourism has larger share in the contribution towards the GDP? Obviously Brazil. Okay, almost 10%. Which country has larger population engaged in tourism sector but contributes lesser? It is India. More people are engaged. Okay, it means 10 people are engaged or 9 people are engaged and they are earning only 8 rupees. Here only 8 people are engaged and they are earning 9 rupees for Brazil. This is like. So as shown in the figure 9.1, the number of international tourists visiting India in 2015 is more than that of Brazil. Obviously we have seen this graph. Okay, for 2015, India and Brazil. India has higher number of tourists than the Brazil in 2015. Even though this is true, the share of tourism sector in GDP is less than that of Brazil. Okay, from 9.2 you can easily understand that though the more number of people are engaged in tourism in India, but they are not contributing more in the GDP than the Brazil. Apart from this, the proportion of Indian population engaged in tourism proportion is higher than Brazil. Obviously, we have just discussed it. This is primarily dependent on the size of population of those countries and size of GDP. Okay, it is based on the size of population of those countries and size of its GDP. According to this, population of India is more than Brazil and so its GDP. ब्राझीलची पण ऑलरेडी इंडियाची लोकसंख्या पॉप्युलेशन ब्राझीलपेक्षा जास्त आहे. ब्राझीलपेक्षा लोकसंख्या जास्त आहे, मग ऑब्विसली भारताचं जीडीपी पण ब्राझीलपेक्षा जास्त आहे. As the GDP of India is higher than Brazil and so also its population, therefore the contribution of tourism to GDP appears lesser than Brazil and population engagement seems higher. Okay, याचा अर्थ काय झाला, इंडियाची पॉप्युलेशन ब्राझीलपेक्षा जास्त आहे आणि जीडीपी पण जास्त आहे, परंतु लोकसंख्या जास्त असल्यामुळे जर जीडीपी जास्त असला तरी तो ब्राझीलपेक्षा कमीच आहे. ओके, जास्त प्रमाणात लोक आपल्याला त्यात एंगेज दिसतात, परंतु त्यांचं उत्पन्न, त्यांचं जीडीपी मध्ये शेअर हा ब्राझीलपेक्षा कमी आहे, आपल्याला तो कमी दिसतो. ओके, इंडिया. So friends, I hope you have understood these two graphs. Okay, and what these graphs are about, all about. Okay, not so difficult graph. Huh? Now for India, tourism in India. It is seen in figure 9.1 that number of international tourists in India is constantly growing. But this increase appears to be more after 2010. This increase in number of international tourists is consistent. Foreign tourists visit India for heritage, adventure, cultural, health and business tourism. Ecotourism is also being given boost in India. तर आपण बघितलं फिगर 9.1 मध्ये की ऑब्विसली इंडियामध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणावर टुरिस्ट येत आहेत आणि हा जो काही त्यांचा येण्याचा हा जो काही वेग आहे तो 2010 नंतर जास्त वाढला. ओके, सो दॅट स्पीड अप आफ्टर 2010. आणि मुख्यत्वे तो कन्सिस्टंट आहे, तो कंटिन्युअसली इन्क्रीज होत आहे. ओके, आणि मुख्यत्वे इंडियामध्ये हे टुरिस्ट कशासाठी येतात? दे कम टू सी or to visit heritage sites, for the adventures, for cultural and health business tourism. Okay, also the ecotourism is also being given boost in India. Considering the heritage of India, there are plenty of opportunities for tourism in many parts of the country. We already know we have very good heritage. Okay, India has a very good heritage. भारताला एक चांगल्या प्रकारे ऐतिहासिक हिस्टॉरिक हेरिटेज आहे, वारसा आहे. सो दॅट्स वाय ऑन द प्लेंटी ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज आर प्रेझेंट फॉर द टुरिझम इन इंडिया इन डिफरंट पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. मेनी प्लेसेस आर बीइंग डेव्हलप्ड फॉर दिस. यासाठी काय लोक यावेत मोठ्या प्रमाणात, फॉरेन आपल्या देशात यावे, फॉरेन कंट्रीज मधून पीपल. ओके, तर त्यासाठी आपण वेगवेगळे प्लेस डेव्हलप करत आहोत, वेगवेगळे ठिकाणी आपण टुरिस्ट सेक्टर हे वाढवत आहोत. Some tourism sites of India and Brazil. So on this page there are some photos are given. Let's see what it is. So figure 9.3, Gateway of India. Okay, all of you know this Gateway of India in Mumbai. Beach at Rio de Janeiro. We already know Rio de Janeiro is a big city in Brazil. There are different beaches at white sand beaches in the Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Brazil marine tourism. Okay, samudri paryatan. Ajanta caves in India. We already know these are the caves in the Buddha period. Ajanta and Verul Ajanta. We call it Verul Ajanta. Football stadium at Manaus. So it is in Brazil. Guwahati, Assam. Okay, so this is also very good place to visit as a tourism. Okay. Make threads with maps. Okay, friends. So this is a map of Brazil. Okay, you can easily see. So what is this map all about? So it is about the major transport routes in the Brazil. So before that, let's discuss it. Study the transport map of the Brazilian figure 9.3. 9.3. So they have given wrong information. It should be 9.9. Okay, and answer the following question. So you have to study this graph, this map, and then you have to answer the following questions. Okay, so let's see which means of transport are seen on the map. तर मॅप कोणकोणत्या प्रकारचं ट्रान्सपोर्ट आपल्याला दिसतंय. ओके, यू कॅन सी द इंडेक्स ओव्हर हियर. दॅट इज मेजर रोड्स. ओके, रेल्वेज, एअरपोर्ट अँड पोर्ट. सो रेल्वे, you can also see airports. Okay, airlines, roads, airways and railways. So these are three major transport facilities in the Brazil. You can easily see. Which means of transport has denser network? Railway network has, okay, denser network. Okay, you can easily see railway has the denser network in Brazil. Which highways can be seen prominently? तर prominently आपण कोणता हायवे बघू शकतो? ट्रान्स अमेझोनियन हायवे. ओके, major roads that we are able to see. What could be reason of development of the railways in Southeast? Southeast मध्ये रेल्वेची डेव्हलपमेंट का झाली? सो इट इज बिकॉज द साऊथईस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्राझील इज अ प्लेन लँड किंवा प्लेन एरिया. सो दॅट्स वाय इट इज easier to lay down the railway tracks. And also the major industrial area of the Brazil is in the southeast part. So that's why the railways are the major transport facility over there and developed over there. Which part of the Brazil do you see a lesser development of transport network? What could be the reason? तर ब्राझीलच्या कोणत्या पार्टमध्ये तुम्हाला कमी प्रमाणात, सगळ्यात कमी प्रमाणात ट्रान्सपोर्ट फॅसिलिटी दिसते? तर ऑब्विसली इट इज नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न पार्ट. ओके, जो काय हा नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न पार्ट आहे, कोणता, हा जो काही नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न पार्ट आहे, तर येथे ट्रान्सपोर्ट फॅसिलिटीचं नेटवर्क अत्यंत कमी प्रमाणात आहे. तर त्यासाठी फार वेगळ्या रिझन्स आहे. वी ऑलरेडी नो इट इज अमेझॉन रिव्हर ओव्हर देअर. ओके, so there is a dense rainforest. Also, the mountains are over there. That's why the rail network or airways or roadways are not developed over there. Okay. The most common method of transportation is roadways. Roadways account for more than half of transportation system in the country, means in Brazil. So it is not railways, it is roadways. Okay. I told you that railways is a major source of the transportation, but it is not like that. Uh, Roadways are the major sources of the transportation. Almost 50% of the transportation is done on the road. But the density of road network is concentrated in the eastern part of the country. Okay, road network concentration कुठे आहे, ईस्ट पार्ट जो आहे कंट्रीचा. ओके, दिस पार्ट ईस्ट. तर या ईस्ट पार्ट मध्ये रोड्स कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जास्त प्रमाणात आहे. In the eastern part of the country, the forested lands of Amazon River basin and the swampy lands have limited the development of the road within the part. We already know here is the Amazon River. Okay, forested area is there, forested land is there. That's why the road development is very less in the northwest part of the Brazil. Waterways have been developed on the commercial basis in the Amazon River. Amazon River मध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणात water आहे. That's why for the commercial reasons, water transportation system are developed or is developed. Boat ply from Iquitos in Peru to the mouth of river. Okay, boats plies from Iquitos in Peru to the mouth of the river. The longest waterway in the world can be navigated through these waterways, around 3,700 kilometers. तर हा सगळ्यात मोठा लॉंग वॉटरवे आहे. ओके, 3700 किलोमीटर, जवळपास 3700 किलोमीटर्स हा जो वॉटरवे आहे तो सगळ्यात मोठा आहे वर्ल्ड मध्ये. Another river important for waterways is south flowing Piranha River. Okay, Piranha River is also important according to waterways. It is south flowing. It is close to the south of the Brazil. Coastal shipping is also carried out in the coastal areas. Already know ports are there, so coastal shipping is also there in the coastal areas. Railways have not developed very well in Brazil. Okay, ब्राझील मध्ये रेल्वेचं नेटवर्क एवढं खास नाही, डेव्हलप झालेलं नाही, विकसित झालेलं नाही. The use of trains for long distance transportation of passengers is restricted to a few urban tourist routes, though it is cheaper. फक्त हे जे काही रेल्वे नेटवर्क आहे ते कुठे आहे, तर जे काही फेमस टुरिस्ट प्लेसेस आहे तर त्या ठिकाणीच हे नेटवर्क आहे. The contribution of airways is less in the transportation system of the country. Obviously, जे काही हवाई मार्ग आहे त्या हवाई मार्गाचं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन कमी आहे. ओके, सो फ्रेंड्स, दिस वॉज द 9th lesson we have just started. Okay, and we have completed some part of that. The rest of the part we will complete in the next week. Okay, on the Thursday. So this is kind request to all of you that kindly go through the topic, because revision is very important. Revision is the only thing that can make you win this exam of the 10th. Okay, तुमची काय 10वीची एक्झाम आहे, तुम्ही कळण्या तुमची मल्टिपल रिव्हिजन जर झालं तर तुम्ही चांगल्या पद्धतीने क्लिअर करू शकता. सो स्टडी इट. ओके, and for today, good night. You can leave class for today.